So my name is Christopher Mejía. I work as a research scientist for the Center for Transportation and Logistics. And well, I play different roles there. I'm the director of the Latin American Scale Network. Basically, it's a network composed of 42 different universities with which we develop high impact research in the region to face and embrace socioeconomic challenges and logistics issues in Latin America. I'm also the director of an academic program that is called the GCLOG program, the Graduate Certificate in Logistics and Supply Chain Management, and I'm the director and founder of the MIT Food and Retail Operations Lab. In this case, when we talk about supply chains agility, what we are trying to look for is not only a speed, but also accuracy in the service. Given that supply chains go from, let's say, to the farms up to the fork and even back sometimes to the food banks, for instance, and this is just an example related to food ecosystems, we need to provide, like a speed on all of this process, especially when you need to make sure that the products arrive on time before the expiration date. When we talk about adaptability, we think about the long term. Given that the supply chains work is a work of, let's say, different subsystems working at the same time in an orchestrated way to make things happen, in the long term, they can become difficult to get efficient, And then based on that, what we are trying to do is to make sure that in the long term, they are gonna be working fine, that you're gonna have enough skilled people to work on with them, enough algorithms to make sure that they work efficiently, and also that they bring a proper social impact. And finally, in terms of alignment, given that we have this bunch of different stakeholders like wholesalers, retailers, and consumers, suppliers, and manufacturers working together, we need to make sure that they hopefully collaborate with each other. They can synchronize information, they can even synchronize some of the cash flows to make better decisions together and hopefully save some money and time in between. Probably I'm an idealistic, but I would love to change the world with this slogan, food for thought, thought for food. There is so many people who are at this moment starving, even as we speak, right? I want to make a difference for them, and that's why what I love about my work is the opportunity to go and develop field research. I would really like to make sure that corporate partners or corporates in general terms, NGOs and even the government is able to connect better the models that we develop in academia to the reality that they face and the challenges that we have in society and in businesses in a very articulated way. And to do that, well, we need to pay attention to different factors, right? But the factors are common. Food insecurity is an issue everywhere, right? We need to make sure that this changes, right? Because I'm sure that if we change these issues related to the inequality in the access to food, on the one hand, there is plenty of people starving, and on the other hand, we have plenty of people wasting food elsewhere, right? If we put this in the same balance, perhaps we can create a better world, a world in which we're not gonna be like giving food for the ones who need the most, but also, I think that we can reduce drastically the pollution that we have. Because if we put in one country all the food waste that exists around the world, this would represent the third largest polluter in the world, just after China and India. So I do really believe that if we change even our diets, our train of thought, and our ways to think about how to help others, I think that we can make a difference. And that's actually my motivation. I really want to make sure that not only the numbers and the models that I develop with my background as engineer connect to solve the problems that are outside there, but also that we connect testimonials and we make sure to solve those issues that the people tell us that exist outside there. That's my motivation. A better world for the future, especially for children. I have two, so that's my main motivation.